I thought about it like, why not make the process easier for them? Why not make everything just one stop for them? And understanding that they actually take a few months to fill up the box because of the finance, then why not do an installment payment for them? Means like, let's do everything one shot for them and give them the time to slowly pay for everything. So that's how this idea actually came about.
Hoy, aba teka.
Hoy, aba teka. Hello guys, welcome to our new episode. My name is Chef Martin.
My name is Cyra, and we are overseas Filipino parents, rediscovering lives,
Rediscovering love.
rediscovering our career and ourselves one day at a time.
Welcome to
Hey! Aba Teka!
We want to introduce you to the CEO and the
Founder.
of Rushbox.
But before he was even the CEO and founder of Rushbox, he is the Balikbayan boss.
Yes, Balikbayan boss.
Oo.
So,
Very popular on TikTok, by the way.
yes. So, kung gusto nyong makilala pa siya, visit mo yung account niya sa TikTok. Ang pangalan ay Balikbayan Boss. Okay.
Doon makikita nyo siyang mag-Tagalog, sumayaw, at kung
Sing?
ano-ano pa.
Sing?
Only dance.
Only dance.
Only dance.
No singing. Only dance. Okay.
Let him introduce himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you kindly introduce yourself?
Sure. My full name is Rash Remin. So people usually call me Ras, or they sometimes call me by my Filipino name, which is Rafael.
Wow! Rafael! I didn't know you have a
It seems
Filipino name.
easier to call Rafael than Ras or Rash Remin. And being in the Filipino community, I guess I have to create a name for myself. So basically, I used to work in the hotel industry, but I decided to move on from there, and I decided to open a business which actually helped the OFW in Singapore.
My first question is why?
No, before we get into the
Okay.
why, let's talk about being the Balikbayan boss first, before the business.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell us something. What is the inspiration of the Balikbayan boss?
Okay, to be honest, actually before my TikTok name changed to the Balikbayan boss itself, my TikTok name was Island King, simply because
Okay. Yeah, I know.
I used to work in an island called Lazarus Island, which is part of Singapore. So I called myself the Island King. But when I decided to move on from there, then move to this business, so that's why I guess I had to change my nickname to the Balikbayan boss. So it's not about being the boss of all the OFW. It's more of like I want to be someone who lead them and everything. So someone who lead them, someone to help them, make them have a better life and everything. The content in my TikTok mostly, I would say maybe 80 to 90% is dancing. But
I love it. Filipinos love
it's just
dancing.
about the I will just follow the trend. So when I say, okay, this month, this is a trend for the Filipino to dance. So it actually, I will take about 3 to 4 days to learn that 15 to 30
Oh, you're
second dance.
professional.
Wow.
Just 3 to 4 days.
3 to 4 days.
Some of them takes weeks.
Weeks.
You only take,
Because
it takes
it's
only
15 to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But then when I do the thing, I will take more than 10 times until I feel that
The challenge of being a creator, huh?
if I feel satisfied with my dance, then I feel that the audience actually look at my dance will feel satisfied. So I guess that's how all the likes come about.
Yeah, he has a lot of likes. So I'm so curious, like, what is he posting?
So you need to
And-
visit his TikTok account.
TikTok account.
Yeah.
And you will see like a lot of Filipinos are actually talking to him
Yeah, in Tagalog.
in Tagalog.
How can he understand it?
I was like, wow, amazing. This Singaporean knows how to speak Tagalog.
Basically, like a lot of them actually speak to me in Tagalog. So when I actually those that actually commented in Tagalog, I have to use ChatGPT to translate.
Thank you.
In order not to offend them, I will ask ChatGPT, how do I reply in Tagalog? So that's why I say what I want to say in English, then ChatGPT will translate for me in Tagalog, then I reply to them in Tagalog. But those who message me, I will honestly tell them, I'm sorry, I can't speak Tagalog. I'm still learning, trying my best to learn Tagalog, but it takes time, and you can speak English to me.
I guess you are subscribed to ChatGPT. You
Yes,
pay the premium?
correct. I pay just to learn
Tagalog.
Dedication.
because a lot of them also tell me that most of them when they look at me, even without speaking to me at first, they thought I'm a Filipino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like one.
I'm not sure, but most of them also say like, maybe because I'm Malay, and some mentioned that Malay and Filipino has some of the common look.
Yes, common look, also common words.
Yeah, common words
Yeah,
as
common
well.
words as well.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
you are mistaken as Filipino. He's mistaken as
Yes,
Malay.
And Indonesian as well.
But I always mention that
Indonesian.
I don't think you can find a Filipino with a blue eyes.
Ay, yun naman pala. Kaya naman pala sikat. Naka-blue eyes. Oh, for those of you who are looking for blue eyes, here you go. Let's talk about Rushbox.
Okay, this is what happened because he used to be my regular customer when back in the days. I will not tell you how long it is, but he used to visit me at Bodega also. So we started the conversation about the Rushbox maybe around the
May or June?
May or June
This year.
Then he asked me about the Filipino culture or how is it to send boxes to the Philippines or what do if ever I will send box to the Philippines, what are those things that I will include in the box? So also the risk of the immigration and I'm not the immigration, the what's that again? The logistics and the not the immigration, the custom.
Custom. Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
custom.
yeah, I already
That's
told you about
that's
custom.
the first thing he asked about the Philippines. Is it okay to send the box to the Philippines? How about the custom and everything? So, yeah. Then after that, he opened about this idea of the one-stop Balikbayan box, which includes all the items inside. So
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You need
And
to.
I'm so surprised no Filipino actually thought of it. Right? Yeah, so now we have a Singaporean who
Yeah.
thought of this.
Actually, like if you ask me like how I actually got this idea, like how I always tell people is that back then in year 2022, I had this idea since like 2022, just after COVID. That was the time whereby I had a few Sunday off, although I'm still working in the hotel industry. So I'm someone who likes to be alone. Like to look at people, watch people. Like you'll be amazed like how different they look.
Talker.
How different they look on a weekday and on the weekend.
Okay,
Like
tama.
on the weekend it's like a fashion show and everything.
But in a good way. In a good way. Okay.
So it's like beside Lucky Plaza there's Thanks Plaza. So there's a seat over there. So I would sit there like 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. about 4 to 6 hours.
Wow, that's a
Just
long hour.
sitting alone, but accompanied by all the Filipino people beside me and everything. So that's why I would just put on my earpiece, listening to music, looking at people walking past, amazed at how they actually look like on Sunday.
Look different,
Look
transformative.
very different with all the makeups and everything. And then that's why I realized that first thing that I wonder was that why did some of them bring luggage to Lucky Plaza? So I really thought like, is there like an airport service in Lucky Plaza or something?
That's true, huh?
So they will actually bring luggage to Lucky Plaza, and then after that from Lucky Plaza also they bring out the luggage, and then also when there are some actually brought those Balikbayan boxes, the big size. At first I didn't know that it's called Balikbayan box. So those large size boxes they'll be carrying from Lucky Plaza out going to the MRT. So I start wondering what are they doing all this. So I actually speak to some random Filipino people sitting beside me. I just call them, Ate, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Then they start explaining to me more about it. So then some of them actually tell me, like the processes. For example, some of them decide to keep the box at home, and some of them will keep the box at the shop itself. But if they keep the box at the shop itself, they only have like 2 to 3 weeks of free storage space. Then after that, they have to pay like $50 to $80 per month just to keep the box there, because what they told me that they would never, it's very hard to get the box filled up within the month itself.
Yes.
It will actually take like maybe 3 to 4 months or even longer, depending on how they actually manage their finance. Also, apart from that, when some of them, although they carry luggage, there are some actually carry heavy plastic bag home. And I realized one thing is that most of the plastic bag is from Value Dollar shop. So I remember there was once I actually go to Lucky Plaza.
This is not a paid advertisement from from Value Dollar.
Yeah.
yeah.
And for
We're not connected with the Value Dollar.
Alright.
Okay?
And for those who doesn't know,
No.
for those who don't know about Value Dollar, you can explain.
Yeah,
to
it's
us.
like a store
That has
most-
everything.
yeah, and it's cheap. It's very cheap.
Yeah.
So there was once I even went to Lucky Plaza, Value Dollar. I think about 5 p.m. or something. I was amazed, like the shop just got robbed or something like that. Like almost all the
Exactly
shelf,
like-
all the shelf was
Empty, right?
empty.
Yes.
So that's like, okay, so this is the first stop for them to buy all the items to put inside the box. And then apart from that,
When
it's
was
like-
that? It was like
it was back
after.
in 2022.
Yeah, and then maybe like payday.
Pay almost every Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah, almost every
wow.
Sunday.
Almost every Sunday.
Wow.
The crowd is
Yeah.
crazy.
Because if I remember correctly, I'm not sure if that time is still the time whereby for COVID, they actually had to follow their work permit numbers for the even and odd numbers. They only allowed a few people to enter Lucky Plaza. So even if it's during that time, the fact that the shelf was empty by then, so
Yeah.
it just means that they really shop a lot at that shop.
Yeah.
And then also I learned from the Value Dollar itself that some items, depending on the places itself, like the Filipino preferred product, you put in Lucky Plaza. Also, although there are a lot of Value Dollars around Singapore, they put a lot of Filipino products in Lucky Plaza itself because this is the hangout place for the Filipinos.
Yes.
And then also, that's where all this idea came about. And like I thought about it, like why not make the process easier for them? Why not make everything just one stop for them? And understanding that they actually take a few months to fill up the box because of the finance, then why not do an installment payment for them? Means like let's
Wow.
do everything one shot for them and give them the time to slowly pay for everything. So that's how this
Wow.
idea actually came about.
So
So you need to
thoughtful.
know that Rushback is selling also bundle products, and you can pay it by installment basis by Atome and GrabPay. Take note, it's 6 to 12 months payment.
Yes. So technically, the business is solving the problem of storage.
First storage.
Yeah.
Also, like the problem of
Packaging.
payment. Oh, packaging.
Packaging. Then the payment itself.
So basically, because we also will deliver to the house, and then so they don't need to carry so heavy or bring their luggage to Lucky Plaza. So it's more of like how to say, instead of like spending their Sunday buying all these items, they can do a lot of other items, a lot of other things with their
Yeah.
friends, spend time with their friends. Let us solve this problem for you.
Go out with a
and
boyfriend.
spend,
Go
go and
with the
spend your off day.
boyfriend. Yeah. I mean, come on, like you dress so well.
Yeah, you dress so well,
put
you
on,
just
like,
walk there and you're just going to spend all your day buying things at
Things
Value
at
Dollar.
Value
And the
Dollar and
queue
then
is so long.
They're carrying luggage.
Oh, that's so tough. Yeah. So he's doing a very good, very big favor for all of us here.
Yeah.
He's giving the convenience to all of us who is sending. And also, it's not just those who want the full box, right? Like everything, because I think you have an option to
Yeah.
get the box. And then like put all the bundles
Yes.
there. But they also offer like if you have the box already with you and you already have some other things in your box, then they offer bundles,
Bundles.
as well.
So we have
right?
a few created bundles that we actually choose the item for them. And then, for example, if they just want the chocolate, there's a chocolate bundle. Then there's some beauty cap bundles. But if some of them prefer to create their own bundles, we actually give them the list. Then they just have to choose a minimum of 50 items. And usually when we say 50 items, they think it's a lot. But when they make their choices, it's always more than 50 items. It's about 80 to 100 items. And that's where they realize, okay, 50 is too little for them. So apart from that, also actually the past few weeks when we get feedback from the customer itself, they not only sending this, they get the item to send in the Balikbayan box. They actually, one of the choices what they did is that they buy a lot of chocolates for them to put in their hand carry luggage. Because a lot of them are actually going back to Philippines for vacation in December. So they thought like since they have a lot of like they have like I think 30 kg
Yes.
weight for the luggage, so they decided to buy a lot of chocolates. So it's another way for them to bring the things back to Filipinos. So instead of just using the Balikbayan box.
Is there any good feedback about from the previous customers? What are their feedback?
So we do get feedback like really positive review because some of them actually mentioned that at least now they don't need to carry so heavy every
Yes.
Sunday. They can go and do something else every Sunday instead of buying the things, carry around, or they have to rush to Lucky Plaza at the very last minute evening time. By then also a lot of the item is no longer there. They can only buy what is left over. So at least now with us, I'll say we will manage everything for them. All they have to think is about paying every month
Yes.
installment. And then apart from that also, we do actually have some return customer. They actually, when we started to launch this business in September, they ordered in September, and now they're actually coming back because they already fill up the Balikbayan box. But I mentioned they want to put more things inside the hand carry luggage.
That's
So rich, huh?
that's
All
so
of you Filipino OFW Singapore based are very rich. Huh?
Yeah. What do you like about Filipinos?
What do I like about the Filipinos?
Here we go.
Hindi Filipina, ha? Hindi Filipina.
Here we go. I want to hear this.
What do you like about Filipinos?
What do I like about the Filipino?
Sorry,
Okay,
before you answer
okay.
that. I'm trying to put myself in his situation. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like move on from the hospitality career.
Yes, and
then,
take note, he's a general manager there.
Yes, and then really believe in the idea that this business will actually grow because of like this culture, this Filipinos has this culture and they need it. You know, he really believes that we Filipinos need it. So it's just amazing. Like what do you think of the Filipinos? Like how much love is in there? You know? Yeah. So what do you think of the
Okay,
Filipinos?
like maybe from last time when I started working in the hotel industry, back then I think about 2008 or 2009, there was quite a few number of Filipinos working in the hotel. I think back then it was quite easy to get work permit in the hotel industry. So I mingle around with all these Filipinos workers, and no offense, but I felt their hospitality, their warmness is more. I'm not saying that Singaporean are not sincere, but I feel the sincerity in their friendship more. So I'm more close towards all these Filipino friends. And then honestly, I even had a best friend,
Oh, best
a
friend.
Filipino guy
Okay.
who is a bakla, but I'm not a bakla. But we just happen to be close. But so people tend to think, okay, since this guy is a bakla, maybe this guy is a one too, but no.
But I will attest to that. He's not. I'm telling you. I know this guy. He's not. Okay.
So I'm straight.
I'm available. I'm sorry. I thought this is
Are you?
an ad.
Let's put that on record.
We will talk about that the next time. So I'll say then slowly actually there's just a small portion of Filipinos that I mix with. Then over the actually I would say I start becoming more closer towards the Filipino community during the COVID time. So during the COVID time, I had more of a Sunday off day. Because in a hotel it's very hard to get
Yes.
off day on Sunday. Weekend
Yeah.
is always working days. So I start going around, and then I actually like I always go to Lucky Plaza alone. Like really
what? To
alone.
what?
Huh?
To what?
Just
to do
to
what?
eat. And eat.
Eat. What do you like eating in Lucky
eat.
Plaza?
To eat food. And the thing about going alone, right? Because you're going to Lucky Plaza alone to eat. So you must understand that it will always be crowded on a Sunday. So you always have to share table. So during the sharing table, that's where you share stories with the people that's sitting around you.
Yeah.
So that's why I start talking to a lot of Filipinos. And then honestly, it was during that point of time, I decided to create TikTok. Because back then, I was always thinking like, why people watch TikTok? Why people create TikTok? But it's just, I don't know, I mean, like, I wouldn't shame myself to dance in a TikTok video or something. But because as I mix around with more of these people, I mean more of the Filipino, and then I decided, you know what, I'm creating a TikTok. So I decided to create TikTok. I think it was 2023 or 2022. That was when I posted my first video. While dancing, that was when before I had tattoos and everything. It was just plain smart looking boy, I guess. And slowly, I remember my followers was just like maybe 100 or 200, and then slowly I just keep on dancing and dancing, following the Filipino when they follow me back, and then I don't know, they start sharing my video of me dancing.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to be humble, but I receive a lot of comments. Fauzi, guapo.
Are you sure those are Filipinos?
Huh?
Are you sure those are?
I check it out. I check the profile. Some I've met, some I haven't yet, which I will discover soon.
Why your eyes is blue?
That's the thing I'm not sure how to answer people also, because like I have 7 siblings. I'm the only one with this color eye. Like the ring is blue color, inside is like brown. So sometimes I do think if I'm adopted, but maybe if I'm adopted from the Philippines.
Okay, so I mean, I've been seeing as well like a lot of efforts from Rushbox. Like you have been mingling with the Filipino community.
Right.
You know, you've been joining the fashion shows.
That's correct.
I was so surprised there are so many pageants in
Me
Lucky
also.
Plaza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because okay, here we do have, I think for a month we have 2 to 3 2 to 3 events.
Yeah.
So
that's
every event he's here.
Yeah. It's just so in the community.
Yeah.
So they,
Yeah.
they actually invited me to be the judge, but it's not that I want to. It's not my choice that I want to decide if this person is beautiful or not. To me, everyone is guapo and guapa. So
Become Spanish now.
I'm just honored. After that, it's just congratulating them, and then we just split way. But after that, I hope they'll come to my store to buy the things from me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really like letting everyone know that there is
Yeah.
this kind of service, like to help them.
Yeah, it's a service
It's a service.
that can lift the burden of those OFW here in Singapore.
A lot, like really, even those that didn't buy the items, I said they actually mentioned that if only they knew earlier that this exists. Because they already went to Baby Dollar to buy all the items there, and then they already fill up the box and everything. But like what they said, if only we had tell them earlier. But all I can say to them, and now you know.
Now you know.
The next time you
Yes.
send the Balikbayan box, you know who to find. Rash box.
Rash box.
Yes. Since you are already very much immersed in the Filipino community, right? What are your like wish lists? Like, you know, it's good to have like this in the Filipino community, like things like that.
Wish list.
Yeah.
Maybe the first wish list that I have is
No fighting?
no.
World peace.
You'll be surprised to have a passport.
What is this?
So the first
Oh
wish
my
list is to have a
God.
passport. So
FYI, sorry, FYI, do you know how easy it is for Singaporeans to get a passport?
And do you know that Singaporean people got the most powerful passport in the world?
Yes.
And this guy don't have one.
He's wasting his
I did
passport.
try to apply,
Ah.
but I'm not sure. They just don't approve the photos, so they keep asking me to send photos.
Maybe they don't believe the
They have blue eyes.
Maybe they don't believe my
Yeah,
eyes.
you need to take out your lenses, bro. Your contact lenses
I'm
is
already wearing specs.
So, yeah, maybe the first wish list is to have a passport, and of course, with the first wish list come the next wish list, which is to finally go to Philippines. Yeah.
Yeah.
And because Singapore, like people say, it's a first world country, so everything is so modern. So
Yeah.
I just want to experience something like a village life, like really.
village lah. Kampong lah. huh?
Kampong life. I'm not saying like facing all the
Probinsya.
typhoon that is happening right now.
I think that includes
I mean, it's
typhoon.
more of like experience.
Those laid back places like near the countryside
Yes,
or
correct.
staying at the countryside, near the beach.
So we'll wait for that time that Rafael here
Yeah, Rafael.
will be able to visit the Philippines.
Hopefully it's there. Okay.
What's your
The
timeline?
third wish list is to at least be in Philippines for my birthday,
And your birthday is?
14th of June.
Okay. I think that's doable.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as the Singapore immigration approve my passport,
I don't know why you
Please,
said.
I'm calling out.
I'll see you there next year.
ICA, please.
Yes.
I'm begging you, give this guy a passport.
Okay, you know, like in everything, in everyone, there's no perfect human. There's no perfect things, right? So there's always a good and a bad.
Okay.
We talk about like all the good things about Filipinos,
Okay.
right? Now let's talk about
I
like
feel like I'm getting in trouble.
like what could I mean now, you know, what who you're meeting are overseas Filipino workers.
Okay.
And
Yes.
I can tell you straight, when I went overseas, I had a lot of realizations. First thing, we never do, you know, like when I was in Hong Kong, when I was like traveling in Hong Kong, I was like walking around, like trying to observe all the Filipinos there. There's so many Filipinos there, right? Every corner, there's a Filipino like talking to the family. And in every corner, it's very similar conversations. Sabihin nila, hey, I already sent you money ah. Why are you asking me again? Another thing, can you please study hard? Why are you leaving? You're not going to school again. Or the other one, oh, your dad is cheating, ah. It's always like that. And then I realized also in there's a counterpart of Lucky Plaza in Hong Kong, right? They actually like put we Filipinos actually like picnic. We put all the boxes
it's also
and then we talk
happening
about we talk about it. I mean, those are things that we don't usually do in the Philippines. And our gatherings are different, So definitely your comment or like the things that you don't like or you wish like can be improved in the Filipino community is like it's only referring to the Filipino community in Singapore or OFWs in Singapore because the behavior is totally different.
Yes.
Is it, you mean in Philippines they don't like hang out by the side?
No.
Because like in Lucky Plaza, I remember on Sunday, like just by the side itself,
Yeah.
they will just put a.
You mean the car park, right?
Yeah,
Going to the
behind.
gallery.
So they will just put picnic mat.
Yes.
And then they will just have beers and food and just eating down. And then sometimes like when you go to the park also, because I stay in Tampines, so Tampines interchange outside it there's like a field. So even on Sunday itself you see them sitting down there. But actually it's not only the Filipinos.
Yeah.
Like even the Myanmar, the Indonesian, they are doing that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's more like as a Singaporean we are acceptable of this because we think that okay they work hard from Monday to Saturday. This is their only day off.
Yeah.
So why not like let them do whatever they want?
Yeah.
Let them enjoy themselves. So it's nothing negative of me to think of this, but there was when I got a helper, I actually have a Filipino helper. So although I think that way, but I told my helper before, I told my ate, the next time you want to go out, I'll say if you not enough money to go Starbucks or what, you tell me I give you money to stay in Starbucks. Don't stay outside like that.
I know what you mean. I was also surprised, like when I see, and I think it's the Filipino culture of gathering. We always gather. We do karaoke together when we meet, like when we're home. Yeah, but yes, we don't do like just sit down. Bring some.
Maybe because they were introduced to this kind of thing when they arrived in ST. So they just following the trend.
Because they do not have a place. Because I know that some people, I'll say the employer will allow the OFW to bring their friends over if they want to have party or what. But for some of them, they don't have any place.
Yeah.
I'll say if they want a place, then they have to pay for the space and everything. So since there's a
free space.
So why not just like having a picnic, talking with friends, drinking.
Yeah. Okay, but that's not your what you think needs to be improved. I mean,
maybe if I think about something that needs to be improved, it's something whereby I felt that it can't change. I'm sure you know the word marites.
Excuse me, I don't think it can be
in our blood. It's in our blood.
Like just the word marites. I feel that every nation have their own marites.
Yeah.
Correct.
But when I'm close to the Filipino community, wow, the marites level.
Very high. So there's a level of being marites.
Yes, the level top notch.
What are the usual topic for marites?
It's amazing how, like, for example, okay, let's just say for example, like I can be talking to him so close right now, and like 5 minutes later I went to smoke, and then I got to find out that he talked bad things about me to you. It's just within the same period. It's just like, you can never.
That's not marites. That's backstabbing. I'm telling you guys. That's not marites.
And then when a small thing also, right, they can really exaggerate. That's
marites.
Small mistake,
Yes.
they exaggerate it until like it's like I think it's like a murder case or something. Like
They're adding stories, huh?
Yeah.
That is so, it's entertaining.
When a marites add a story, then pass on to another marites, add more and more and more, and then it became like 100% of the story. Probably only 2% is true.
Maybe because when we were young, we always played the pass the message. And then the message just changed.
And then also like, okay, there's another thing that let's not say I'm disappointed, but when I started to launch this business, I did like have a few I'm not sure to call them customer or friend. I never talked to them before. So when I talk to them is to introduce them about this Rushbox business. So and then when they know that I'm a Singaporean, then the first thing after that, when I introduce Rushbox, then they talk like a friend. So then they start asking me for like money. They wanted to borrow money. So I said I will just started this business, so I can't
They
lend
borrow money.
And I'm sorry that
So
because
Filipino.
my business is not about lending money. So when I inform them that, and then they just like tell me that if you do not have the money, don't even open a business. And to me, it's like, okay.
Whoa.
In the first place, I did mention that Rushbox isn't about lending money.
Yes.
And it's about helping you to fill up your Balikbayan box. And then you are asking me money, and I can't help you out, but then you are insulting my business.
Yeah.
Which is, in another way, helping you out.
Yeah.
But I guess like, I'm not
And then they
really-
will tell you, we don't need your help.
there are some like, so they are so affected when I couldn't help them in terms of money, and then they feel that your business we can pay ourselves, we can buy everything at once, we don't need a business to pay the installment and everything. But I guess it doesn't mean that they said all these negative things I should be affected by
Yeah.
it. I mean like there's about 250 or 40,000
Yeah.
Filipinos in
Correct.
Singapore, so.
They're just two.
It's okay to have 10 haters, but I still have 200 plus thousand fans.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I think it's not just like with Filipinos, right? I mean, it's about everyone. Like it's just
So
like
whenever like someone says, okay, this is the black sheep of Filipinos, the black sheep, I always believe that it's not about a nation or a race. Like every part of the world, there's definitely someone who is bad, who is good. It's just about how you see the person. I'll say it's always a 50-50 good and bad. If you see the bad more, then you think that person is bad. If you
Yeah.
think the person is good, so you see the good person more.
Yeah, correct. I mean, and the fact that you're dedicating your time, effort in solving this
Yes.
problem
For us,
Yeah.
Filipino.
Because I don't look forward to retire in Philippines one day.
Oh wow.
Maybe a Filipina wife.
So is this a call out for all the Filipinos there out there? Huh?
So I just look forward to, okay, one day I'm going to retire in Philippines, living the village life. All I need to do is when my company people call me, I just need to approve, reject. While I living the life of a family man.
Family man.
I mean, everyone want to have a family one day, but not for me now. But if things come, I don't reject. I will assess.
So I think you have to get used to Marites.
Yeah,
You have to
because
get
if
used
you
to
want
it.
to retire in the Philippines, that's going to be your daily
Drama.
Yes,
Maybe
daily
one
drama.
day I'll be a Marites as well.
Yeah.
You know, like
Maybe
we-
you will be because you know there's a level. Maybe you will be the top notch.
you can compete.
You can compete, huh?
You can compete. Oh, no, but in Philippines, when you walk around, Marites it always happens, and you will always find them in sari-sari store.
Yes. You know what sari-sari store
I wanted
means?
to ask what sari-sari.
Yeah, sari-sari store means is like a small groceries or
Like mom and pop store, mom and pop store here, like that sells everything.
Okay, like in Singapore.
you like a 7-Eleven, something like that, but cheaper version.
Non-aircon, right?
Cheaper
Because like
version.
in Singapore itself, back then during my days when I was young, like those shop under the HDB,
Yeah.
we call it
Yeah.
mama shop.
Yeah,
Yes,
mama shop.
Yeah, mama shop. Same like
Mama
that,
shop.
but cheaper version.
Yeah.
We don't
So,
have the lights.
because
the ventilation is very poor.
yeah, or usually it's a part of the house, and then you just put like
Window.
something like window. There's grills, and then like all the things are the sachets of
Are hanging.
toothpaste of everything is in there. You go there, you sit there. You sometimes
There's a bench.
There's a bench.
There.
Yeah. Then you sit there, and then
You wait for someone to marites with you.
someone will come and then,
Someone come.
oh, how are you?
You know
Who's
our
that?
neighbor? She's already pregnant.
Exactly. So the marites happens in sari-sari store most of the time because that's where you will see each other. And your question about or your concern about utang, about credits, right? It also is evident in all the sari-sari store because there is a sign there, walang utang dito. We
No
don't
credit.
no credit here. Yeah. So even in the Philippines,
Yeah,
they
because when I wanted to start this business, right, it's not the Singaporean who actually talk to me this. It's the Filipino themselves that actually tell me this. Like, Raf, are you sure you want to start this business? You know, our people will just buy from you and run away.
That's the first question also I asked
they
you,
were
right?
really concerned about it and everything.
I say, how about it? I want to do installment. Then, how do you want to do that? Later, they will just pay one installment, then they will go.
Yeah.
Good thing we have Atomy here in GrabPay.
You have Atome and GrabPay, so called they take a bit of commission and they'll settle the rest for us.
Yeah.
So even if the customer decide to run away, you still get the full price from the Atome and
Correct.
But please don't do that.
Please don't do
Please.
that, Filipinos. Okay.
Karma is
Karma.
karma.
Yes, karma is karma. What you give to the world, you receive.
Yes.
That's the truth. And Filipinos are very loving, very
Yeah. Very
faithful,
hospitable. Right?
very
Yeah.
hospitable,
hospitable.
very loving.
Very loving.
Very
Too
loving.
loving sometimes.
They give too much.
Too loving sometimes, ha?
So we introduce Rash Box to you guys sa mga OFW here in Singapore, just to know that we have someone like Rafael here who are willing to help us to solve our problems, lalo na yun sa ating mga Filipino parents working here in Singapore, to send love in a box dun sa mga kamag-anak natin sa Pilipinas, family, mostly to our kids. Na lalo na ngayong magpapasko, di ba? Para mahatid natin yung pagmamahal natin. Wala man tayo doon, pero may matatanggap sila na galing sa Singapore, galing sa puso nating mga OFW na parents.
Correct. At lagi nating sinasabi na napakahirap ng buhay OFW, di ba?
Yes.
Malayo ka sa pamilya, pero hindi ibig sabihin nun, kapag malayo ka sa pamilya, hindi ka na pwedeng magpadala ng pagmamahal sa pamilya.
Hindi mo na maipaparamdam.
Hindi mo na
Kasi
maipaparamdam.
maraming paraan naman ng pagpaparamdam. And one way of expressing your love to your children or family in the Philippines is by sending gifts. Lalo na kung pinaghirapan nyo to, syempre, ang sarap sa pakiramdam. Diba?
Correct. And I think we had a topic of financial literacy sa mga
Yes.
OFWs, right? So, I mean, itong paraan din para ma-budget nyo yung mga finances nyo na hindi ka laging mag-overshop or hindi ka ma-manage mo rin yung finances mo in a monthly basis.
Hindi kagaya dati na nung wala pa to, kasi most of the OFWs here, they will buy bulk, tapos ilalagay nila. This time, you can buy bulk, pero yung financial mo, ma-manage mo. Kasi mahati-hati mo sa 12 months.
Yes. So we're amazed, to be honest. We're very amazed that there are people who are non-Filipinos.
Hindi Pinoy, ah.
Hindi Pinoy.
Siya pa nakaisip, di ba?
Who thought of this thing. So, amazing. Great job. And we are very happy. We're very proud of you. Any last words? Last words to the Filipinos?
Any
I don't know, message
to the
Filipinos?
Filipino community here in Singapore?
In Singapore, maybe how about around the world?
Yeah, sure.
All the
Around the world. All the kababayan.
All the kababayan.
All my kababayan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I say I was impressed by the Filipino community, and when I learned about this Balikbayan box, it's a way for them to show to the pamilya in the Philippines that they do not forget them and how they actually send the love back. So it's like sending their love from overseas back to Philippines. So whenever customer asks me, so I tell them that I say by sending this Balikbayan box, and then when you see the video that your family actually open the box and they smile, then that is the 299 price. Okay, so my last message for all the Filipinos around the world, let's not forget why we actually travel out of Philippines to work hard, sacrifice everything, is for our own pamilya in the Philippines. So thank you everyone for working hard for your family back home.
You can always find him in Lucky Plaza.
Lucky Plaza?
Level 6.
Level 6.
Unit 14B.
Unit 14B.
And just have a chit chat with him.
Okay.
Don't be shy.
So
Come in.
Just come in. You don't have to stand outside. Message me that I'm outside, but I'm shy to come in. Just say hi to me or buy me a coffee and we can sit down and talk.
Yes.
Yan ang tunay. Power. Kape tayo.
Open-minded ka ba?
Open-minded ka ba?
Kape
Kape
tayo.
So, we will see you on our next episode.
Next pause.
Next pause here at
Hoy!
Aba,
Aba,
Teka.
Teka.